What? I don't know how to do this anymore. Warm greetings, Code Monkeys, and welcome back to CodedLockFilms. As of the filming of this video, it is currently March 22nd, 2020. We're in the midst of the COVID-19 outbreak, so I'm confined indoors right now, doing all that social distancing stuff. I have tried to make this video once before, and I didn't really like how it came out, so we're here to give it another attempt. It has obviously been quite a while since I've last posted. I was about halfway through VEDS 2018 when I stopped posting, and that was, in fact, the first time I had ever failed to complete VEDS since its installment, or since its inception. That's the word. Since its inception. Try saying that 5 times fast. And obviously I didn't even attempt it in 2019. There's a lot of reasons for that. I guess I'll get into why I didn't complete VEDS 2018 in a nutshell without going into too much unnecessary detail, which is what I did last time, and it ended up being really rambly and bad. I essentially had a stress breakdown. My mental health was taking a major hit. I had way too many things on my plate. I had taken too much on. And I had a breakdown. I had to take a little bit of time off of work. I had to take time off of school. I had to get extensions on some of my school assignments. It just wasn't a great situation. And that happened right in the middle of VEDS, which was kind of where the breaking point started to happen. I didn't really have the full-on breakdown until a little bit later, but that was really where it started. And one of the things that I tried to do to stave it off was to take VEDS and YouTube off my plate, which helped but did not ultimately end up being enough to prevent me from having the breakdown that I did. Since then, I have been in therapy, and for any of you who have never been to therapy, I highly, highly recommend it. I'd been to some therapy when I was in college, through the school's psychological program, and it was great, and I decided that it was going to be necessary for me going forward, particularly in terms of learning how to manage stress and how to manage the number of things that I take on, and how to think and act and behave productively in a way that serves my life and serves the way that my brain works, rather than constantly trying to fight my brain. My therapist is a guy by the name of Carlos. He's really, really great. He's helped me a lot. And he will continue to help me a lot as time goes on, I am sure. Therapy and mental health are obviously an ongoing process, but I'm in a really good place now, much better than I had been for really quite a while, which I guess can bring me on to some more life update kind of stuff. If you can't tell by the background currently, I have finally moved out of my parents' house. That also was a big mental stress relief. You know, I love my parents, but I had been needing to get out of there for a while and simply was not able to because of financial reasons. I now have a much better job, which allows me to make enough to make ends meet, and thankfully has not been affected by the COVID-19 outbreak. I'm a nanny now. I was working at a childcare center for a while, and while there was a lot that I loved about it, there was some stuff that was also not so great, and it also just didn't pay enough. It didn't pay enough to let me pay the bills, and I make more now, and I find the work to be a lot more fulfilling. I have a lot more input and say over what my day looks like and how I'm able to work with the kids that I work with. And I really couldn't be happier in that regard. You alright?
I spaced out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I went, but it wasn't here.
And I am not living alone. I am living with my fiancé. Her name is Ray, which I understand may surprise some of you, because the last time I made a video on this channel, I was dating a different person, and I had been dating that person for quite a while. Some of you, like I said, may be surprised to hear that I'm not with that person anymore, because, I mean, quite frankly, there were a lot of people who, you know, I would see commenting things on videos where my ex would appear, being things like, you know, OTP, relationship goals, all that. So if it doesn't make sense to you why I am not with her anymore, all I'm going to say on the matter is that I would ask you to keep in mind that what was presented here on YouTube was only a very small part of my relationship with my ex. And there was a lot about that relationship that made me unhappy, made me unfulfilled, and ultimately caused me to fall out of love with that person, which was another part of my stress breakdown. It was very painful. I'm glad to say that I'm through it now. And that's really all that I wish to say on the matter when it comes to the internet. The people who know me well and know me personally know a lot more about it, obviously, but that's really all I feel like getting into it. I'm sorry if that's disappointing. I'm sorry if that feels unsatisfying, but that is what's best for me and what's best for my life. So, and I think that's pretty reasonable. So I hope you can understand that.
I don't know if you heard Kaylee, but she went oh in the middle of all of that.
Listen, it is what it is.
You're gonna have Kaylee noises in the background.
Listen, if I have Kaylee noises in the background, that's fine. I dealt with Jake and Addie noises in the background for so freaking long.
That's true.
And then I had Kirby noises in the background for a little while.
Best noises.
Kirby does make good noises. Yeah. That's one of the big downsides about not living with my parents, is that I really miss Mavis and Kirby. They were good dogs. But in addition to dating Ray and being engaged to marry her, which is just amazing and makes me so stupid happy, we have some dogs of our own. They came as part of a package deal with Ray, which I was very, very excited about. They were her dogs first. They are now ours. Their names are Kaylee and Marvel. I'll be making a separate video at some point to tell you guys a little bit more about Ray and how we met and how we came to start dating, because quite frankly that kind of deserves a video of its own.
Nice.
Oh my lord. I guess the other... This is what I deal with now. She sits in the futon and watches me make all of my videos now. I just have constant peanut gallery. I hope you guys look forward to that, because it's just a thing now. It's just gonna be here now. It's never stopping.
You make me laugh. I like watching your videos.
Yeah, I know you like watching my videos.
Hashtag #1 CodedLockFilms fan.
No, you're correct. Ray is like a stupid big fan of my videos. She has watched like all of my old videos like 4 times. Like, she's literally like yelled at me a bunch of times like, motherfucker, you need to make new videos because I'm getting tired of watching the old ones. I need new content. I guess the other really big new thing in my life is that I am LARPing now. For those of you who don't know what LARPing is, it's live action role playing. It's kind of like D&D, but instead of playing it around a table with your imagination and funny shaped dice, you do it in the woods, or in forest preserves, or at campsites, or at old castles, or whatever the case may be.
Nerd.
Yes. You're gonna call me a nerd on the LARPing front? You're gonna call me a nerd? How long has it been? How long have you been LARPing? Since you were what? 12? Some shit like that? 17? Yeah. I am a nerd though, let's be honest. But yeah, it's a very big part of my life. I started doing it, when did I start doing it? When was that 3rd chapter? What?
2018.
2018? Yeah, it was during 2018 that I started.
You were filming the last videos. You filmed at Chronicles of the Realm.
Yes.
Remember that little short snippet?
Yes, I did.
Then I think like your second to last video, or your last video, was that update where you were saying you were going to put more about Chronicles of the Realm. Mm-hmm. But then you never did. Yeah,
and then I never did. Because
then you went poof.
Yeah, because, yeah, you know, it was for my own mental health. But yeah, I never got around to doing that, and I probably won't oh well. But in addition to just playing in LARPs as a player, I also help with LARP creation. Ray runs a company called Piper Peculiar Productions, or P3 for short. I'll put a link to that in the video description. I help her run it. I'm one of many support staff. Most of what I do is prop work, and I help run the website. And what else do I do? I'm an NPC in a lot of the LARPs as well, non-player character. Excuse me, Jesus. I anticipate making LARP-related content for this YouTube channel coming down the line, because this channel, I've always tried to make it expression in some way of who I am and where my life is at, and so it really wouldn't be very honest of me not to include that kind of stuff. So I don't really know what the shape of that is going to take yet, but there'll be some stuff coming. In terms of other content, I have a couple of old videos filmed on this camera, and I'm trying to think. I can't remember which ones I have filmed, but they're basically ready to edit. I just have to figure out how I'm going to put them together. I have to refresh my computer a little bit so that it can handle the stress of video editing again. And, you know, I'm just going to keep taking life as it comes, and I'm going to keep taking video production as it comes. I hope that this was a satisfying update in some ways. I hope that it... Marvel, you coming to Daddy? Come here, Marvel. Come here, Papa boy. This is Marvel. Here's a little boy. Hello, Marvel. You say hello? You say hello, Marvel? He's a little boy. Hello. Oh, he waving. He waving. Hi, Marvel. Hello, good boy. Alright, the rest of this channel will be dog content from now on. Are you wanna go back to Mama? Yeah, he said yes.
Come here, Marvel.
Go to Mama's.
Sure. Oh, good boy.
Kaylee, do you want to say hello?
Kaylee, go.
You come here, kid bae. Come here. There's a good girl. There's a good girl. Hi, honey bear. Hello, you get daddy kisses. Good girl. Kaylee, have you been licking your butt? Your breath smells like booty. But for those of you wondering where I've been, what I've been doing, that's a little taste of that. And I hope that that you all understand why I had to take some time off from this. And I hope that you can understand that it was very necessary for myself, for my life, for my mental health. And now that I'm in a better place, I'm gonna try and get back into this and see if it still moves me and shakes me the way that it used to. I will say that I don't think I'll be doing VEDs anymore. Just as a general rule, I don't. Do you want to lose me for the entire month of September? Because you'll lose me for the entire month of September every year.
I'll just sleep on your lap while you edit.
That doesn't work like that.
Why not?
Because there's not room.
Oh.
Sorry. In all seriousness, like, that's the main reason that I don't see myself doing VEDs anymore. VEDs was a format that made a lot of sense back when I had a different level of employment, especially back when I was in college, when I had a lot more free time than I currently have. But the prospect of making a video every single day for a month, it just doesn't really fit into my life anymore. It doesn't serve me creatively. It really just ends up causing a lot more stress than it's worth. And the content suffers for it, and I suffer for it. So it's just, it's not really the best idea. It's a very never say never kind of thing. I don't know that I would never ever do it again. If there was, you know, an occasion where I had a September totally off, then I might pick it up for a special occasion. But I don't see myself doing VEDs going forward, especially because the amount of stress that it has caused in the past has caused a lot of burnout, which is another part of the reason, and I've come to understand this, that I would sometimes go so long without posting, is that I would get so burnt out from doing VEDs every single year that I just wouldn't want to touch the channel again for the rest of the year. And I don't think anybody wants that, and I don't think any of you want that. So, VEDs VEDS was a wonderful thing for me for a time, and it will continue to be a wonderful thing for a lot of other people. I would like to continue to highlight people who do participate in VEDS still, but I will not be one of those participants going forward, at least for the foreseeable future. And I think that pretty much covers everything. Like I said, I hope that this has given you some clarity, given you some understanding, and I hope that you will be around for whatever takes shape going forward, because I love and value you all. Anybody who sits through these videos, anybody who comes to this channel and watches any of my stuff, know that I appreciate it, and I appreciate you very much. And I don't know that there's anything more to say beyond that. So until next time, Code Monkeys, I will see you later.
Review Shrek 2.
Oh my God.
Love me.